live from the Golden State. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on the internet and around the world. I'm your host, Bobby Dix, and welcome again to another edition of the Bobby Dix and Gerbal Show, where we discuss news, real events, life's up and downs, and if you're just lucky, maybe we even put a smile on your face. So, getting right to the news here, we're going to crack into it.
Bobby, I'm glad you're here, bud.
We're going to crack into this thing, and then we're going to introduce our wonderful co-hosts.
Can we disturb the platform and just go ahead and crack into the introductions?
Yes.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh,
yeah.
And with that out of the way, there we go. We've cracked it, put it into the news. With that out of the way, who is with us? Well, you may know him. The creature from another mother. A man who was never once player hated. The one, the only Gerbal. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, but I edged on player hating so far through this game.
I see. Yes, you have. And we'll get to that in a minute here. Sportsman of the Year. Up for a Peabody. Looking forward to it. Before we get to that, we must get to our breaking news. And that is a U.S. diplomat's mustache leaves a U.S. diplomat's. I'm actually perplexed and speechless by this story. That's how amazing this is.
He had money riding on the Packers.
He did, and which is perplexing of in itself. But a U.S. diplomat's mustache leaves South Koreans bristling with anger. How about this? A former U.S. Navy admiral says he grew the mustache to mark his move from military officer to diplomat. Natural progression, I suppose. Harry Harris, a former admiral who was born in Japan to a Japanese mother and an American Navy officer, has been accused of insulting his host by growing a controversial adornment.
Question. Harry Harris got in trouble for offering questionable mustache rides?
Yes. I think they're player hating on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reeks of player hating.
It also has a tinge of stash shaming, if I'm not, just to be mildly mistaken here.
Yeah.
Well,
he had the full broom.
Well, he did. He had the Magnum PI. That was his problem. And here's also his problem. His facial hair reminds many of the days of Japanese colonial rule between 1910 and 1945, when during as much 8 Japanese governors sported mustaches, and they're saying that's a form of some type of imperialistic Japanese wartime war disaster. And it brings up bad memories. So people have PTSDs over mustaches, is what I'm saying.
Unless you're Tom Selleck, you can't have this stash.
Apparently not. No.
Well, that does seem fair. I mean, Selleck walks with that, right? Or maybe a Sam Elliott. But just Harry Harrison, let's look up the lineage. It seems like a clear case of player hating right here.
Yes.
And just because he's giving away the mustache rides for free, you can't question the guy. Maybe he enjoys his job.
I would say so. We'll have to certainly monitor the situation to see what happens. Well, in other news, one of the things that we like about on the show is world records. Do we not, Gerbal?
Well, it depends on the record. Don't give me no fucking 72 Christmas trees bullshit.
No. This is well beyond this. This is something that you may even... Well, it might even bring a smile to your heart, actually. I'll go so far as to say that. And this is this. The world's largest Snicker bar has been unveiled in Texas. Candy maker Mars Wrigley has set the world record for producing a massive Snickers bar. Guess how much the thing weighs? 4,728 pounds.
Wow.
We have a Oh, we have a studio chicken today here at Necessity Studios. I just popped in.
Yeah. Kind of late in the day for you, lady. What are you up to? Traveling.
Yeah.
She heard something about 2 tons of Snickers.
Yeah, yeah, she did. She heard 4,728 pound Snicker bars around. Mars unveiled it, guess where? At the Waco plant, naturally, in Waco, Texas. It measures 12 feet long, 24 inches high, and 26 inches wide. The candy bar is equivalent of 43,000 regularly sized Snicker bars. Not king-sized. We don't know how many that would be. And certainly not snack size, the little ones that you get at Halloween. How many would that be?
This doesn't sound as impressive as a 10,000 foot long taco.
Well,
it's a failed attempt. Obvious gimmick.
So they confirmed that the gargantuan
Mars bars.
Apparently it's a confection, and it's a confection that is the world's largest chocolate nut bar, as far as Guinness World Records is concerned. Did you know this?
Chocolate nut bar. I did not. Yeah, no.
Here's also something that's interesting. The requirements state that the bar must be at least 80% chocolate and nuts, and the entire bar must be fit for human consumption. So, none of that questionable chocolate parts there.
It really kind of is all about chocolate and nuts.
I think... Who is this? Is this EL1?
Yeah.
Ever since she heard that there was a 4,000 pound candy bar, she just kind of came over here. I find this very fascinating.
Do you want some broken cookies?
Oh, I would probably, yes.
I like some broken ones. They're just all chips, but...
Thank you. Those are fantastic.
How did that half hit you?
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well. Brenda Cox has also made an intro today to Necessity Studios. Yes, we are. Glad to have you today in the house, Brenda. Thank you. From the bakery. She just popped right in.
You sound like you're much like a chicken when you talk. Oh wait, a chicken as well.
Which one? This
is the one. Of course.
Hi, EL1. That's Lily. Hi, Lily. She's in the house today.
Yeah, she wants to sleep in a box.
So moving on to our other story, since our Mars bar fiasco, 47,000 Snickers bars, all they did was I have a feeling just melted it together, and then they just let it cool off, and then it was done.
That was my question, was that like 1,700 cases of Snickers bars just melted into one?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it had to have been. That they built a wooden mold like you would when you're pouring concrete, and they probably just went ahead and just dumped the hot, chocolate and all that just as it melted together, and then wait for it to cool off and said, look what we made, a 4,000 pound chocolate bar.
But they of course donated it to the poor, right? There was a big party and everyone in the village got to eat from it, much like the historic story of the 10,000 foot long. Well,
here's where it gets interesting. Just in time for the Super Bowl, Mars Wrigley said that the giant Snicker bar will be featured in an ad that will premiere during the big game on February 2nd. In other news, an escaped horse rides a city bus in Wales, England. The South Wales Police Roads Policing Unit, say that 10 times fast, tweeted that a photo of the horse was taking a ride in Cardiff City after being found running loose in traffic on the busy A48 road. How about this? The horse said, I'm done walking, I'm going to take public transportation.
Yeah, I heard about this. Didn't his owner got hit with a fucking tax for him, the horse riding the damn... Because apparently he's got the horse chip, so it's racked up like a $300 bill riding a damn train.
It does. Because you know what? It never takes...
You always wonder where in the hell he was going, why he couldn't find his horse.
Yeah, and he's pissed because it's like, will you for once just please take the damn bus transfer so it's only a quarter? Yeah. But like he never that horse never gets it.
Well, that and your fucking horse just run maybe.
Right.
But who would have known you wanted to go 100 miles a day?
Right. So apparently the horse took a 5-minute ride on the bus and was reunited with his owners at a nearby parking lot The bus was taken for a thorough cleaning.
Question. How much smarter is this horse than most people you'll see in a day?
A lot more, considering that it knows how to use public transportation freely and efficiently,
I
apparently.
want to say 99% of
Sure.
people you will interact with, this horse is smarter than.
It knows where it wants to go. It was just trying to get out of town.
Well, and it's a horse, let's remember.
Sure.
It doesn't pull out its wallet. It's all about its wits and its knowledge.
Well, it actually just said, it actually got on because it actually flashed and said, never mind, I'm actually a therapy horse. So then they naturally said, oh, sir, you can sit in the front.
Well, save that for the ride home just in case. You know, you don't want to pull it out too early.
Right.
Show all your guns. Come on.
And speaking of which, now you, Gerbal, and I, and everybody else can get into the Megxit merchandise craze. How about this? Inspired by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry Testes quitting. An abundance of Megxit-themed items are sprouting out everywhere, from Amazon to eBay to Etsy, and they're selling like hotcakes, don't you know?
Oh, that's where the new investment's at. You buy their shit, it's going to appreciate with time.
Less like cryptocurrency, right? Forget Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Megxit merchandise is going to appreciate like none other, right? Kind of like my 1984 Sam's the Eagle Olympic stuff. Those pins, it's...
What? Yeah, absolutely. I invested heavily in beta, what my family did. That was a winner.
Oh, nice.
I think that's right along the same lines.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I have my money in Laserdisc as well. So I hear what you're saying.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
That was a good one.
Proving yet again that Prince Harry Testes will go through any lengths, including now crowdfunding his wife's current plan of action. You can now buy a tchotchke for 14 to 18 pounds, which is about $16 to $22. Okay.
Truth be told, I like that dude. He seems like the only normal motherfucker in which I could care less about England in general. I mean, sorry fuckers, but but the royalty, what a bunch of bag of shit.
Well, it's funny because there's actually a quote on there that's selling like hotcakes, and it's like gangbusters all over the place right now. It goes like this, and it's one I truly like, and it's from Harry himself, and it reads like this, quote, "I was never Charles' kid. Thanks for the free ride. Harry Testes out."
I like it.
I made that one up, but still, I like
that guy.
Yes, okay.
I like that guy. I think he's the only ass kicker out of the bunch.
Yeah. You think his brother is just a little too pomp and circumstance?
Well, no, I think he's bought in.
Okay.
I think the younger brother was like, fuck it. I mean, look at his military career.
Sure, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, he did shit that he didn't have to. Had a petition to do. He's the X factor. While we're talking about it, I mean, if fuck a kingship or a hierarchy, I mean, these are all fictitious positions.
Sure.
And we don't even live in England, but still, out of the whole thing that I unfortunately know about, I like this dude.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know about his chick or whatnot,
but
seems like a renegade, dude. I appreciate that.
This today seems to be just a flurry of stories from the United Kingdom, because yet again we're going to stay in the United Kingdom, Gerbal. And this is one that is now in our medical files. So this is direct from the medical file, medical technology desk. And it's from the United Kingdom. A girl's eyelashes were ripped out after a double-ended dildo hits her at Bong's Bingo.
Oh, shit, been there.
Yeah.
Been there.
How about this?
There?
Well,
come on, it happened.
Well, the hilarious skank's name.
Don't go to bingo.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Sometimes the Lions Club gets ornery.
Sure. Her name is Tegan Denham. And she has been documented now that the bizarre mishap in a hilarious video in which she peers down and looks horrified at her bare eyelids. The girl's eyelashes were ripped out after a double-ended dildo hit her in the face. There's no word if she's in a sorority, but Tegan Denham's documented.
She's in ICU right now.
She's documented the bizarre mishap in which she explained